Pavlo Kyrylenko, the head of the Donetsk Regional Military Administration, reported that Russian shellings on August the 22nd killed one person in Soledar. 7 other people were injured, he wrote. He added that the number of fatalities in Donetsk region since the start of the invasion reached 758, and 1,950 people inflicted injuries due to hostilities. A detached house was destroyed by a shelling in Slavyansk, said Vadim Lyakh, the head of the city military administration, on August the 23rd. We have a holiday today, Day of the National Flag. Yet, unfortunately, as we expected, our town was shelled at night. Tsilynny micro-district was hit hard. Luckily, no one was injured, but one cottage was totally destroyed. It means the struggle for our banner and our independence continues. We will win. Hold on and take care. We are together. Early on August the 23rd, the Russian forces carried out a strike on Kievsky district in Kharkiv. No one was killed or wounded. The Kharkiv residents celebrate Day of the City today, said Mayor Igor Terehov. The holiday morning started with a bombardment of Kievsky district, he reported. According to the mayor, a shell hit a detached house. On the night of August the 23rd, the Russian military shelled Dnipropetrovsk region 4 times. A woman was killed and some people were injured, Valentin Reznichenko, the head of the Dnipropetrovsk Regional Military Administration, posted on his Telegram channel. According to him, they shelled Krivorisky district from Uragan rocket launchers. A woman, 45, was killed in Zelenodolska Hromada. Her husband was wounded. Their family house was damaged. In Marhanets, Nikopolsky district, 2 women aged 61 and 63 were wounded. One of them was hospitalized. 6 buildings, gas pipeline and a water pipeline were damaged. In Chervonogrigoryevska Hromada, Nikopolsky district, a dozen of houses and a power line were damaged. Up to 1,000 people have no electricity. No people were injured. The police has identified the Russian soldiers who invaded Tsirkuny near Kharkiv. They made selfies on a stolen phone, and all the photos and videos were saved in cloud file storage. Recently, pictures of men in Russian uniform started showing on Google storage of a Tsirkuny resident, and she brought them to the police and filled an application, reported Serhiy Bolvinov, chief of the investigation department, Kharkiv Regional Police. In her Google Photos, she started seeing pictures and videos of strangers in military uniform who boozed and had fun in her house. She was abroad at the time. The Rushists lived in Tsirkuny village when it was occupied, and some of them settled in the victim's house, Mr. Bolvinov wrote. According to him, the invaders broke out the door in her house and stole women and men's clothes, underwear, household appliances and a washer. The police say that the invaders who lived in Tsirkuny come from big Russian cities, specifically Moscow, Kursk, Nizhny Novgorod. The village of Tsirkuny was occupied for 72 days. He goes to the car with his mom. 4-year-old Dmitro says that instead of kindergarten, he has other plans today. That is, he's going to help volunteers. I can always go and weave the nets. I can go to my mom or to the guards. He shows his branded t-shirt, Aid Center. Here is the Army Aid Center itself. Dima knows all corners here and people volunteering here. He takes us on a tour. Here is a medical point, here they weave nets, and over there we have bomb shelter. And now he shows his favorite place, boxes with toys. Dima says everyone who's willing brings them for kids. There are all sorts of toys for kids. This is my favorite, for kids who have nothing, even toys. He is known here as the youngest hand. He's been coming here with his volunteer mother since February the 24th. He's become one of them since then. Oh, Dimon, where have you been? Everywhere. He starts working with a dozen of other volunteers. He stands on tiptoes to reach the net and weave it up with a ribbon. I weave nets so that Dad stays alive. He even calls himself a guard of volunteers, his mom Ivanna says. I go outside and the guard shows me a toy Tommy gun and says, "Is Dimon going to collect his gun?" I didn't understand why he had it, and he says, because he guards the volunteers with us. He also helps with sorting out. They bring cookies and we pack them and send them to our military. Give me a high five. Ivanna says he's not the first young volunteer in the family. The older son was 3 and helped when the war in the East began in 2014, and after the all-out invasion, the younger Dmitro also came to the center. When my older son was 3, he did the same. He wove the nets and was here with me. Then we didn't come to the volunteer stuff often, and here we go again in 2022. My younger son is of almost the same age, and he's doing the same things. When mom is a volunteer and dad is in the army, kids can't help but do the same, Ivanna says. He wants the war to end. He understands when the war ends, his dad will come back home. That's why, together with his mom, he's bringing closer the time when the whole family is reunited again.